Welcome back, and this is the second episode of the Yamato RC conversion tutorial. Again, I'm Hugo. For the preparation of the second chapter, we're gonna remove all the internal plastic structure, say the battery box, and several plastic supports of the original gearbox. As it is well known, the 78030 has been available on the market for around a decade. However, TAMIYA no longer provided such kits in official packaging lists in recent years. However, these are not necessary in our conversion plan. Installing the motors is an essential part of our tutorial. Let's get started from the middle pair of motors. Pre-install the propeller on one side and make sure the shaft has enough length on the other side, then mark on it. Repeat such approach on the settling of dual side motors until the shaft rotating smoothly with the motors, then stick the brass mount inside the hull. As the measurement on both stuffing boxes are around 3 mm in outer diameter, we choose the same size of the drill bit to manually enlarge the original hole. Without sticking the box, take a rehearsal first and make sure the outside kit in right position and running well. Here is step 2 a final assembly procedure. The stuffing box, as mentioned, now could be stuck on the hull. After the modification work in previous section, the stainless steel shaft has been cut into appropriate length. Now the motors could be fixed on the mount via the cross screws. The screws are provided in the set of RC kits. Another kind of screws is hexagon socket screws. These are used for fastening the brass connector with the shaft as well as the motors. During this assembly procedure, or say under no circumstances, please don't use any glue to stick any screws, because in further calibration work, we may repeat several times to adjust the motors and shaft in coaxial precision, which is the optimized status to avoid vibration when running the ship. Strengthen the internal adhesive part of Y-Sport's stuffing box by AB glue. Thermosilicon glue is used for sticking the aluminum radiator up on the motor. Finally, we step to assembly the whole set of RC module. Let's get started at the main rotor's steering arm, the auxiliary rotor's arm, the 12-gram servo. All the power supply wires has been welded. Of course, they have been well connected to the motors. Here is the general output connector, and the ESC with its switches, as well as its signal control wire. As the simplicity of controlling the ship, we could just use first and second channel. For battery module, I choose classic Panasonic 18650 as the power source, and I DIYed a simple but reliable battery pack. In the final steps include the grease injection, which is quite essential for the lubrication and waterproof of the shafting box. The actual length of the stainless steel rod could be amended to fit with the wheel precision of the servos and the steering arm. Then the final step, we will rehearsal for once or twice to make sure all the parts are operating very well. Lastly, I will use another kind of epoxy to firmly stick the propellers on the shaft. Then we goes to on-site testing.